In the 80s, video games were innocent. They were largely considered a children's toy. The public perception of video games was Pac-Man, Mario, and Tetris, cute characters jumping over stuff and cooking hamburgers for everybody. Inoffensive, light-hearted fun for the whole family. Then the 90s come along and everything goes to fucking hell. Music was evil, cartoons was evil, wrestling was evil, candy was evil, Game Boy ads was evil. Every market aimed at kids was now edgy, gross, and profane, and out of this zeitgeist, the next video game craze was born. Mortal Kombat! Kids all over the world were huddling around the screen and beating each other to death. This is a franchise that built its name on insane, over-the-top violence, and for a little bit, everything was all good until somebody snitched. It was probably some kid that looks like Randall. Dude probably got his head knocked off because he sucks and went and told his mommy. Then his mom saw the game. Fatality. She went, oh, there's my son. Then she calls the newsman. Newsman goes, oh my god, this is a big drama. And then it's on the news, and then it's a big controversy.
How do you feel about cutting his head off?
What really caught people's attention with Mortal Kombat were the fatalities, which is ironic because back in the day, nobody actually knew how to do them.
The game narrator instructs the player to finish, and I quote, finish his opponent.
Finish him. Sub-Zero wins.
It's kind of funny that this was considered shocking back in the day, especially compared to the shit they're putting in these modern Mortal Kombat games.
Friendship. Scorpion wins.
As a fighting game, Mortal Kombat was pretty good for its time, but that's because there was only 2 other fighting games in existence. Punish frames, blocking, combos, none of this really came into play at all. Sub-Zero had 2 moves. He could freeze you or slide, that's it. Blocking low allows you to block every move in the game, but you can also block high, which lets you block some moves that look like they would hit low, but not moves that actually hit low, so I'm not sure why you would ever block high other than just to be an ass.
What you're about to see are scenes from 2 of the most violent new video games. First, we have Mortal Kombat.
Johnny Cage wins.
Really, there is no logic or substance behind Mortal Kombat. It's a game that thrives purely off of its coolness factor. Ninjas fighting robots fighting electricity gods with tons of blood and guts flying everywhere. It was like the Super Smash Brothers of everything boys thought was cool in the early 90s. The uppercuts are so badass. You freaking slam a dude into the air, the whole game stops and he just goes doof onto the floor, leaving a big trail of blood behind him. Sub-Zero, this move is such a classic. You go freeze them in place and they just gotta sit there until you walk over and go bah! This will never get old, ever. But let's not forget about Raging Bombade, which is the move where Raiden goes.
This game encourages players to shoot this gun.
If you're coming at Mortal Kombat like a single-player arcade game, you can get the same experience by climbing into a coffin and having someone seal it and throw it into a river. The AI in these games is broken, especially Mortal Kombat 2. That game is nonsense. But if you play like an asshole and bring out your cheapest strategies, you can win. Until you hit the final bosses, which are fucking moronic. Fighting games are notorious for this, and yeah, the bosses in the early MK games are some of the cheapest, most bullshit fights ever devised by humankind.
Shame on people that produce that trash. It's child abuse in my judgment.
I probably sound like a psychopath saying I miss the charm of Mortal Kombat, but there was a magic in these earlier games that's missing from modern installments. Maybe it's the digitized sprites of real people pretending to hit each other.
Heroic characters, more powerful than those found on any other fighting game.
Maybe it's the JPEG of a dude that pops up and goes, maybe it's the Santa Claus hiding in the background. Maybe it's the fact that Scorpion can transform himself into a penguin.
Animality.
In my judgment, they've gone too far.
This gun.
Assassin's Creed is a good franchise.